So now we're going to look at Cindy's body, and once again, we're looking at how there's a difference between each side in the pelvic floor. And what I love about doing this work and creating the site is that the fabric of the pants can't lie because the muscles are lying underneath the pants. And you can see how the wrinkles in this side of her groin area are very different than the wrinkles in this side. If you look and see, she's lower in this right side. She's dropped. She's collapsed. And so the upper torso, the building, if this is an architectural structure, the building is falling into this right side. And once again, if we take a look at the fabric of the muscle on this thigh, we see that this hip, this leg, is being turned inward, and there's a lot of constriction. There's no space in here. This leg cannot possibly get out of the pelvic floor. When I look at her foot, the arch is dropped, she's pronated, and she's pronated in the left a bit too, but because of this drop of this right side of her body and the leg bone coming forward and the space that really is so slight in this root of the thigh, the whole leg is pulling Cindy's body around, collapsing her foot. And if we look at the back body, we can see it's very, very subtle. Cindy has done a lot of work to transform her situation and get herself out of pain and realign. But I'm recalling one of the first things that Cindy asked me about when she came to see me was that she could not sit for a really long time without having a lot of discomfort. And she wanted to be able to sit and have her legs stretched straight out and be able to have herself free in the roots of the thighs. And that's what we've been working on, and releasing some of the tension that she experiences, the pain that she's been having in her back body. If you look at her body, you can see how she's being pulled over to this side. She's coming around, and I'm going just a little bit, so don't force it, come back here. And if I were to do a little fast forward movement, we'd see the body continue around, and these muscles in the low back and in the lumbar area being torqued as she moved around. So in here, she's very dropped. I would like to see her being able to open this area that I'm saying is in the 6 and the 7 o'clock area. And then in the front, she's going to open her 1 and her 2. And you can see, as you look at the back body, how she begins to find a new place to live. She had to adjust her feet. She's literally unraveling the muscles deep in the core of her pelvic floor, and the leg bones have to adjust. The sacrum begins to elongate, and now she feels like, oh, my bones are further in the back body, and she can begin to climb out of the lower body as she allows her leg bones to reach deeply into the earth. The belly goes in the back to elongate the sacrum. Beautiful. The arch is lifted. This musculature on this right thigh begins to soften and unravel. It's all about our willingness to let go of the distortion. However, we don't know that we're distorted. We just feel the pain, the constriction, the discomfort. Recalling that what Cindy asked for in her coming to see me and work with me in unfurling and unraveling the muscles was to be able to sit in a comfortable position for a length of time. She talked about she'd be in yoga classes and other people can sit. Why can't she? And now that she's unraveling the spaces and creating the freedom in the floor of the pelvis, and she's able to fill up the back body and stand through the heels and allow the leg bones to fall into the back. Cindy would be actually, if she were seated in this moment, deeply in the back body, long in her sacrum, because the base of the buttocks would be like feet going into the earth. So what I'm going to ask you to do, Cindy, is to do exactly that. Sit down